Right, now we're into the introduction stage. I've set up this tank so that I can work with my right hand at this end. Now I see that I've done it the wrong way around because I have put it in. It's easier to manipulate your hand into the tank if you're either with your good hand, so to speak. Make certain that everything is clipped down so that it can't be moved. Whatever tank you use, they always make a noise because they have to be a positive click to let you know that it's secure. So what we've got in here, we have some sugar syrup, some water, cardboard as you can see, and some wood. I haven't introduced the live bait yet because it's locusts and they would all jump out by the time I got there. Even though they're put in the fridge so they're pretty slow, I can guarantee that some of them will have jumped out, and then I'll have to spend the next 20 minutes hunting around for the locusts on the floor. So now we're going to do, oh yes, I have to put my veil on now because although I'm not wearing a full bee suit, which I would recommend anybody else to do, or even a hornet suit, I find that it makes, I can't see so well, I'm a bit more clumsy in my movements. I prefer to feel what's happening. It's not what I recommend anybody else to do, but I take the risk. Nobody else asked me to take this risk, so it's all down to me. If I get stung, tough. So, now we're going to introduce the most important member of the family. My assistant Monique has just pointed out the fact that the window is open. That's probably not a clever thing to do when you're dealing with something that could fly out. So I've closed it sufficiently. Right, here we go. So here is the queen. I want to introduce the queen directly onto the nest. She finds it difficult to find the nest, but once she's on the nest, she should stay there. Now here we go. I've unscrewed the top, trying to get her to come up and find the nest. It's very difficult for me to show you this. They usually like to climb up slightly, so if I keep that at an angle, she should go up and find the nest. There we go, she's on the nest. So that's number one. She's the most important hornet. Nothing else matters but getting the queen in good state and lively. Now I'm going to start introducing the workers. They may fly, so I have to be a bit more careful of them. I'll do that a bit more slowly. Each time I put them in, I'll close the lid. And once they've established themselves on the nest, they'll stay there for a short time, and so I should be able to carry on introducing the next one. So here's the first one going in. Each one of these, by the way, has got paint on their thorax. That's so I can identify each individual. They've got different coloured paints or two different coloured paints on the thorax. So there's a white one, a blue one, a yellow one, a red one and a green one, and one with two colours on the thorax. We did use numbered discs before, but it's very, very difficult to get them onto the smaller thoraxes, and we didn't have all the proper equipment, as usual. So we've gone for this one for safety. Ideally, they should each have an individual number, and then we can recognise them at a distance. So here we go, this is the first hornet worker. She's up on the lid now, so I'd rather she went down to the far end before I did this. She's rather close to my fingers. So go up the end there, that's good, sweetheart. I talk to them, of course, because we're all friends here at the moment. Right. you won't have to see all of these. We'll get them all in, and then it's amazing the amount of air that the queen hornet produces. There we go, that's number one. We'll do it with a couple. I'll put the lid down between, don't want them flying out. And we'll do the next one. Very valuable, these little tubes, if you're going to do this work. But then, who wants to do this work? Nobody but an idiot. Okay, going to do the next one now. So the lid's off. One of the hornet, as you can see, one of the hornet workers is on the frame above the nest, so I'm just taking it with care. Oh dear, she's come onto the tank too, so I'm just going to give that a shake. That's it. I don't really want to be stung. Interesting, you see they're recognising each other there. Just saying, oh, do we belong? We'll try it with another one, and I'll try not to be quite so scaredy cat. Well, of course I am going to be scaredy cat, because a hornet sting is not something you want to have. And I've only had the one so far. I don't want to hold the record in Jersey for having the most hornet stings. I may get it yet. Right, so I'm going to try again. Here we go. There we go, so we've got two on the nest now. Want me to carry on? Yeah, of course you do. You want to see them all in the nest. So here we go, number 3. And the sweetheart seems to have lost some of your paint on the side of the tube. Never mind. We'll forgive carelessness like that. Now you see we've got 4 hornets in the nest, so I have to be a little bit circumspect with what I do, because I can't see them all. So can you go the other way before your sisters see me? Possibly? Please? Oops. They're a bit dopey because they've been in the pots for rather a long time, so it'll take them a bit of time too. As you can see, they're all falling out of the nest, but they will warm up and fly when they've had some food. That's number 4 worker, 5 in all. 2 more workers to go. Anyway, thanks to everybody who has helped me do this, John and PJ and the owners of the property in which this was found this morning. It takes, a lot of cooperation to do this. Now I don't do it by myself. Monique, who's doing the camera, is my wonderful assistant who has been with me since the start of the Hornet project, and although she's no entomologist or scientist, I think she's learning to love them. So, the last one. Is this where I get cocky? I sincerely hope not. Doesn't do to underestimate your enemy, and so I'm trying not to underestimate my enemy here. This one seems a little groggy, but we'll put her in. Oh yes, there we go. Come on. Now I've got hornets around me here. I don't want that one coming back on the tube. Let's see if I can get her onto the frame. Come on, sweetheart. On you go. Up you go. Come on. I know you're a little dopey, tired. Tired of being in a pot. So, go in there. Go on, in. Go. That's it. All of them are in. I hope. Did you see any flying out? Good. That's it. All of them are in. Lock the box. Sit back, have a cup of tea and a scone, piece of clotted cream and strawberry jam, and come back and look at them in a little while's time. Hopefully they will have started to drink the sugar, which will give them some energy, and we'll introduce some live bait into there on the next session.